respected yet? Does this defense have any heart?
No, they suck. I've been telling you all season, Philly.
Shit on you. They've shit on you. Don't you hear me, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter?
It's not so much saying Hurts was wrong.
They've shit on you.
It's paying him and think
They have shit on
2022
you.
would be repeated in 23.
Don't you hear me,
I thought they
Jordan
would.
Davis, Jalen Carter? They shit
I
on
thought
you.
they would just keep
Kill
going
them.
on with what they did in 22.
Oh my goodness! Did he say they cock it on them?
No, but Forrest, I thought he would at least play the same.
Well, hello, good people and Eagle fans. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Let me say shout out to my sponsor, BetUS. This ass kicking that you are about to see is brought to you by BetUS, where if you use the promo code YouTube, hold on, Dan. I'll get to you in a second, Dan. Let me turn off the mic. If you use the promo code YouTube150, you'll get 150% matching from BetUS, fastest turnarounds in the business. And our Cowboys are +1. I'm definitely taking the Dallas Cowboys to win on Sunday night, even though we are missing Brandon Cooks, as well as D-Law, as well as Micah Parsons, and as well as probably Bland. Yes, when it's darkest before the dawn, I am there. Shout out to all you good people that are here right now. I could not wait to be here on the Dan Selio show because for those of you, let's listen in for a second here before I enter the studio here.
Hey, Kim.
Dan's,
John Gruden.
It's the skids are greased right now. The skids are greased.
Wait a minute.
So it's going to be fun today. Eagles. Philip Gonzalez. What's up? Oh, you know what?
Wait a minute. Let me get this right.
This has been... I have been getting so much shit for so long from Dan and Philly.500 that this is... It may only be for 1 week, and then we're back to being ass. But I'm going to enjoy today. I'm going to enjoy today. I ain't going to lie to you.
Where are we going?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to have fun today. What's poppin', Mark? Me and Dad work together in our remodeling, bro. Catching up with you on our break. Troy Daniels, I can't wait for this butt kicking. Oh, my goodness. I can't even, bro. I can't wait. I've got, listen, I've got my lemon slice to go with my drink and even my lemon twist to go with it. Okay. So we're gonna be having a nice tasty beverage. A tasty beverage for this. So we are. I'm ready to go. I'm feeling good.
Ever work again?
Mark, here's the truth. Both teams stink right now. Yes, Eagle fan, but you know what? Last week they beat the hell out of me. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna have fun. You know, here's my thing, man. Yeah, both teams suck. So I'm gonna get my enjoyment how I can get my enjoyment.
You guys signed a guy.
Cry, Eagles, cry.
Who's considered one of the most deplorable human beings on the planet, in Michael Vick.
Ooh.
Did you not?
Ooh. I'm ready for this. I'm so ready. I can't. I get 7 minutes. 7 minutes to kill, man.
Fucked up, but true. I'll take a racist if that means the Eagles win.
Okay. All right. You need that fake cigar to. Actually, where are?
Says I don't care about Gruden's emails, but can he still coach? Raiders weren't special under his direction.
I've got my Cuban cigar.
Hey, Joe, can you name me a coach since John Gruden was there the first time when they went to the Super Bowl with Bill Callahan? Who built that team? John Gruden did.
Yeah, I'm ready.
The Gruden Buccaneer team.
And I can't forget. I think it's safe to keep this for this season.
John Gruden had built that Raider
one
team.
Ring. I think it's safe.
That Raider team.
Eagles could go to hell.
Remember, Bill Callahan was his assistant coach.
Oh, boy. Jerry, please trade for Cooper or Adams. Show us what's really all in is. So yeah, well, don't expect it. But I would think that losing Brandon Cooks with a knee infection,
two teams
that's not good.
He systematically
that's not good.
One
that could be multiple weeks. So
Vegas.
we need to maybe definitely think about
John
doing
Gruden
something
is
else.
the last coach to put the Raiders in the Super Bowl. He didn't. Bill Callahan did, but that was his team. Hey, if you're going to do that shit for Tony Dungy and say John Gruden had a lot of components on defense, and that was really Dungy's team, well, that team that he beat in the Super Bowl was John Gruden's team, not Bill Callahan's team. You forget that. He was the coach prior to Bill Callahan.
Now, here's a funny one.
He built the Raiders into a Super Bowl team.
Philly.500
has won
oh my God.
AFC championship.
Philly.500
championship.
Texted me yesterday and said, I didn't get a link for the Dan show. Does he not want us on? And I was like, bro, it's only Tuesday. He didn't literally know.
Hurts ain't shit.
That today is the day. So
he's exactly what they drafted him.
Troy Daniels. This makes it more important to go all in on Adams. I agree. Bullshit. Go all in means we're not doing anything. Eagles fans, line up. Take your meds.
Jumped the gun.
Eagles should go to hell. Okay. Jerry, please trade for Cooper or Adams. Hey, show us what's really going all in is.
What does racism have anything to do with winning?
Oh, boy.
I don't give a fuck who he is. NFL doesn't.
Oh, boy. Sills,
they put wife beaters and
sounds a little bit upset.
Abusers of kids, they don't care.
Ooh.
Why would you care? What are you, some moralist?
Walker Wade in the house. We are in purgatory this lame duck year.
What do you care?
Well, you know what, Walker?
You go to dinner with John Gruden?
Maybe next year will be better. We'll have gotten rid of some of the dead weight. We'll have gotten some experience for Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe. Maybe we'll reset. And who knows? Who knows? But I'm not going to live here and be in all upset, man. I'm just not.
What's it got to do with you?
I'm just not. I can't be there with you like that, man.
Nothing to do with you. Nothing.
We know the front office sucks.
I'm talking about
we know Jerry is going to try and sell you a whole bunch of bullshit.
Personally, I sure do.
That's just the way it is. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the studio, and we'll get this thing ready.
Sapp ain't the nicest guy on the planet, too. Sapp loves him. Anybody who's ever played for Gruden. Derek Brooks. I would take John Gruden to be the next head coach. Okay? John Gruden to be the next head football coach of the Eagles.
Okay. Big Sills.
John Gruden. Didn't you hire a guy who was in prison for killing a dog? All them dogs? No? I must have missed that. Did you not give him an opportunity? Like I said, I'm the one that nationally broke that story. That was a heinous hire, according to many. I loved it. Gave him a second opportunity.
Yeah. We all fuck up.
Are you trying to get this? John Gruden put the Raiders in the Super Bowl. And then his team with the Buccaneers beat them in San Diego. Here's my list of 5 guys. Before I get the guys on here. Ben Johnson, Lions OC, Bobby Slowick, Texans, Joe Brady, Buffalo OC, Todd Monken.
Fish, I'm not even sure what that is. FSHKYPR. And Bobby Porter says the Cowboys, they say Dallas is not trading for Adams. No shit, buddy. That's what the Cowboys do.
Kaepernick? Yeah, we believe in civil rights and justice. Then why'd you 86 the guy out of the league?
The Eagles and Cowboys are 2 teams that know how to rip each other's heart out every year. You're right about that one.
Somebody would have hired him. The NFL puts lowlifes in the league.
All right, Sills. Any other time, Sills would have me in there early. Any other time, I'd be here early.
If OJ were eligible after he murdered those 2 people?
Fish Keeper. Fish Keeper. Why didn't you spell it like Fish Keeper? Okay.
What?
Watch your mouth.
The Bills win.
Sugar Daddy, hey, what's up, Sugar Daddy? How you doing, Matt?
Some sort of civil justice.
Holly Pierce in the house.
They do? They tell
the one and only Don, one of our new channel
Mark
members.
Holmes.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
They tell suckers like Mark Holmes.
Oh,
I can't believe what I'm gonna do here.
Oh, you're gonna do the walk of shame, buddy.
This is gonna be some sort of crazy ass victory lap here with this guy.
No,
he was laughing at me today. Philly.500 probably wants to throw up right now. So, Let's bring them on. Philly.500 and the notorious Mark Holmes here. I can't wait to hear this bullshit. What's going on here with this Cowboy team?
Hang on for just a second.
Now, wait a minute. What's this drink for here?
Oh, I'm enjoying myself.
Oh. How could you be enjoying yourself beating the what? The great Giants?
Ooh, no, just seeing you guys imploding.
Once again, he does not care that his team wins or loses. All he cares about are the Eagles. It just the perfect point. It shows it again, does it not? He comes in. He don't care. He don't care that the Giants. They almost beat the Cowboys. Cowboys got no run game. They can't stop the run. He's just happy the Eagles lost. That's pathetic.
Mark, is that true?
I'm not going to say that I'm happy that my team is not a Super Bowl champion. I'm not. But seeing Eagle fans do the walk of shame at least makes me feel better. See, you know, Sills, you know what's so funny, buddy? Yesterday, I'm dealing with a flooded basement here on the East Coast. We got all this rain and everything else. And my cell phone goes off, and it's a text message from Philly.500. And Philly says, what, Sills doesn't want us on? I didn't get a link today. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's Tuesday. He's like, oh, that's why nobody was here this morning when I got in. I packed my lunch so I could do the Sills show. He's all fucked up by the Eagles. He doesn't even know what day it is.
That's true. That's true.
I'm going to start with you here then. Listen, the Buccaneer game knocked you off tilt a little bit, didn't it? By the time that game ticked the last seconds, how disappointed were you in that effort?
It wasn't disappointing. It was aggravating. It was literally angry, because what that game showed, at least from that game by itself, they haven't fixed anything from last year. What have you fixed? Everything is the same. It's all the same problems. So it's more, to me, it's more angry than like disappointed or sad we lost. It was like, no, I'm getting a little sick and tired of this. I'm getting a little sick and tired of the coach. I'm getting a little sick and tired of my quarterback can't stop turning the ball over. I'm getting sick of all these rookies that we draft. First round picks all over that defensive line don't do nothing. I'm getting a little tired, very tired of this whole Vic Fangio scheme for the last 3 years that does not change ever. It's always the same thing. So I'm just a little bit at the end of the rope with this stuff. You know, I'm ready to clean house.
What the fuck what are you fucking smiling at?
I'm just enjoying this because I was sitting here reminiscing about his schedule picks where he literally said they were going to be 4-0, that this was going to be a different team that was going to go down there and kick Tampa Bay's ass.
They should have been 3-1. They should be 3-1 right now. So how's 4-0 that hard to imagine if they should be 3-1?
Billy, I got to ask you a question. Do you think Jalen Hurts is a one-year wonder?
Yet to be determined. If I'm being honest,
well, I can say this about the Dak Prescott: he ain't a winner.
No.
I tell you what, he's not doing 27 turnovers since the beginning of last year. He was okay without Kellen Moore. Look, he actually played well with Kellen Moore. How about your guy?
All the turnovers, all the problems.
I'm starting to feel like Mark Holmes here. I have no defense.
How's that Kellen Moore working out for you?
His guy doesn't have turnovers. His quarterback's so great, $60 million. How many?
He's only had 2 this year.
2 wins in the playoffs.
No. I'm just saying. And you know what? Your guy only has 2 too. You know Hurts only has 2, right?
What?
Your guy is 2 and 3.
How many playoff wins has my guy's only played 5 years.
Well, I tell you what, he won't add to that winning this year.
Why can't your guy win? Why can't he win?
Okay, but see, we're not. Stop deflecting, Philly. Hey, Philly. We have gone through.
Lost. Number 2 seed lost. He stinks. Well, don't come here telling me stuff about Dak.
Here's what I'm gonna say, Philly.
Take Jalen Hurts.
He ain't gonna let me get a word in.
7 turnovers in 2 years than I would take Dak Prescott. I don't want that bitch boy on my team.
All right, can I actually speak and say something here, or is this just Philly just losing his mind today?
Mother humping team. I hate that stinking team. That team's a bunch of mother humpers.
Just give me 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. That's all I need.
Ass out here. They stink.
I'm going to pull a CBS on one of you guys in here.
You're going to mute his mic.
Go ahead, Mark.
Look, I've laughed so hard. I forgot what I was going to say. But, it's funny because here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, because you asked me, are you happy about this? I went in knowing that my team was going to be bad. I said, my team did nothing to try and help themselves get better. Nothing. The expectations weren't. Now, look, they weren't saying that the Cowboys should win the division, did they? They didn't say that, did they? They said the Cowboys suck because Jerry Jones doesn't do shit. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you actually all jokes aside, it is funny because about a month ago, I kept hearing everybody saying, isn't it great that the Eagles have all their players locked up for the next couple of years? That we don't have Cowboy problems where you haven't signed CD or Dak or anything like that. We got all our guys paid for. And you know what?
I know that
all your guys ain't worth shit, apparently.
Why is that a bad thing?
I'm just looking at it. And look, and you may talk about my man Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons literally put a bomb off in your locker room, bro.
Where's Junior Jones Gomez, the running back? Where's he at?
Junior Jones?
Where's your running back?
Oh, but listen.
Where is he?
You know what's funny?
Where is Fabio Luis? Where's he at? Where's he
What?
That's right, who? Because they got no running back. It doesn't matter.
But here's how. But Philly, you know what is so bad? You want to hear what is so bad? It used to be you could talk about Mozzie being a bust. Mozzie sucks. You know what's funny? In the last 2 weeks, Mozzie's played really well. Mozzie's stats are literally identical to Jordan Davis.
Oh my God.
No, I'm serious. I'm telling you. He had a tackle for a loss. Last game, he had 3 tackles and 3 assists, including one for a loss. His numbers.
Against the fucking Giants?
Hey, a win. Hey, bro. Okay. So we're now not looking at. Now we're grading games of teams we're playing. You get mollywopped by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that you all thought you were going to kick their teeth in, right?
Bucs since December 6th of last year are 11-4. They're not bad.
Yeah, and you guys are 3-8. That's bad.
All right, Junior. I got a question for you, though, Cowboy-wise.
Oh, no, we're fucked up. I'm just trying to enjoy this week.
By the way, it is a real thing. Talking to Steven
Mm-hmm.
and getting a text back with an emoji of a smiley face.
Mm-hmm.
This Devontae Adams thing.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it could be between Jets, KC, and
Dallas,
the Cowboys. Your take on that, and then the Dallas Cowboys with CeeDee Lamb. I mean, look, if you get CeeDee Lamb and Devontae Adams, you would have the best receiving core in the East.
Well, here's the problem, and here's where there may be a sense of urgency. All jokes aside, here's the problem for us now is Dalvin Cook has got some kind of infection in his knee. He's already out for this week and may miss a couple of games, okay? He's your next most experienced receiver. And there's been something going on with him the whole time because he left training camp a week early and came back to Dallas, and they didn't say what it was. He missed time in training camp with his knee and so on. So now you're looking at it and saying you only have one weapon, and that is CeeDee Lamb. The Cowboys, of course, don't like to spend money, and Devontae Adams is $27 million. But the Cowboys have traded with the Raiders, I want to say 10 times. So there's a relationship that's there.
Mari Cooper is the last one.
Right. So there is a relationship there that might end up being good. Now, I don't know if the Cowboys, and maybe you know more about Stephen Jones. The Cowboys don't want to spend money. They've just paid the money, of course, to CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, although maybe you're not looking at paying Micah Parsons at the moment because of how he's going right here. But
Devontae Adams is a steal at $27 million.
At 27, yeah, I agree with you on that. But remember, we're talking about the Cowboys that said we couldn't afford Derrick Henry, who was only $9 million. So I would love to see it because I look at it and say Dak and CD need another target out there to spread the ball around. You get him there, it'll help us.
Washington is also another potential landing spot for Devontae Adams because the Raiders would like to trade. Tom Telesco's been on this show. Philly, about 2 or 3 times. He was the GM of the Chargers when he was last on, and they're actively moving him. Washington is also a potential landing spot. You'd have Terry McLaurin, and you would have Devontae Adams for that kid. And by the way, I predicted that the Commanders would win the East. Right now, they're in first place. They're 3-1.
Yeah, but look at who they've played so far, though. Look,
they're probably the healthiest.
They are the healthiest, and they have a young guy. But thus far, they've had a pretty easy schedule here. They haven't exactly played great teams.
I don't hear you gloating over your fucking team though, Mark.
I've never. When have I gloated over them?
Philly's problems are injury, new faces, schemes. We all knew that this was gonna. What's your excuse for being 2-2? And get this: if you would have lost that Giants game. And now also, too.
But we didn't.
Movie star, that movie
but we didn't.
Micah Parsons. Don't you have a problem with your guy sitting in a fucking booth with Darius Slay going, "Hey, honey, what's your foot size?"
So you know how it used to be back in the day. But unfortunately, this is the namby-pamby, we're worried about concussions and hitting the quarterback. This is a new league and new kids, man. This shit doesn't make any sense. Am I happy about it? No, but I will say this much. What he did hurt you guys a lot more than what it did us. For Darius Slay, after getting beat by Tampa Bay, to go through there and kind of laugh about his guy.
Philly fans hold their teams more accountable. Or their players' actions.
That's very true.
That's true. And for him to have to do the walk of shame and try and basically back it up and say, "Oh man, I'm the captain." That might be the locker room divide that might blows this whole thing up for you guys. And Kellen Moore, how's that Kellen Moore thing working for you?
What'd you make of that Slay thing with Parsons, man? What was your take on that?
I didn't like it at all. I don't understand. During the season. Going on the Rivals podcast, first of all. But to me, the bigger issue to me was I felt like if I was C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I would feel that my man was kind of laughing at me.
Yeah,
that's what bothered me. That's what bothered me.
That's exactly it.
And I have a problem with that because I thought Slay should have stood up for him a little more. He could have said, "Listen, man, he was in New Orleans. That was a big game." He laughed about it. So I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all, and that was the main reason why. Of course.
To add to that, let me add to that. I don't know if you watch Micah Parsons' podcast and stuff, but there was already a beef with him and C.J. Gardner because basically Micah Parsons the week before was talking about who's this guy talking about New Orleans, this, that, and the other. And so C.J. is going through and pointing out to all the people that he's gotten jerseys and everything else from. So for then Micah to go through and get your own teammate to go ahead and laugh at you because you talked about putting – I'd be pissed off. And I see Lord Brunson and everybody else is like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? People, they're pissed off about it.
Nobody liked it.
I did.
Mark, the only person that would like that would be loser Cowboy fans because you know why?
Hey.
You don't hold anybody accountable.
Well,
Micah Parsons is not focused on the most important thing. You know what that is?
Winning. And that's why I look at this season where he's got 1 sack right now and we're looking at all this stuff. I can guarantee you that next year he's going to be playing.
1 sack?
He's got 1 sack. Yeah, 1 sack. That was week 1. And now you've got the injury. I can guarantee, knowing the Joneses, just like CeeDee Lamb did, he'll be playing on the 5th-year option.
I would 50-year option his ass too.
Yeah, it's already done. I wouldn't be in a rush to go ahead and hurry up and get him signed. That's the thing the Cowboys do.
Philly bets $100 on the Eagles versus the Cowboys. You down, Mark?
I'll bet that. I'll definitely.
I'll send you 500.
You don't have to send me any money. I'll do it myself.
I'll do that anyway.
No problem. I'll do it. I'll do it anyways.
Can I give you guys some good news at least? Can I do something to try and cheer you up? Can I toss you a bone?
Another one here. Dallas Cowboys have a tough schedule. Yeah, Steelers line.
Yeah,
here,
lost.
Hold on. Yeah, look at this. Hey, here's
They're
for
about
Mark.
to go on a nice losing
Lost.
Maybe.
They lost. There's 6 losses in a row.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at
And
that.
on the reverse of that,
this is Mark's
2-8.
This is Mark's heyday.
that's why I'm enjoying this, man. I don't know what next week and the week after hold.
Because your boys stink.
Well, here's the good news for you guys is when you come off your bye, you got the Browns, you got the Giants, you got the Bengals, and then you got the Jags before you play us.
It doesn't. All that doesn't matter. To me,
you get 4 wins. I tell you what, you go 6-2. You go 6-2 right then, and then you're playing the Cowboys. It's a totally different world.
They've got to
it does not matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter because we play down to the competition because we can't get things right. To me, the best thing about coming off this bye, besides being healthy, is the fact that I feel like we're at the end of this thing. If this coach can't make the adjustments after this bye week and this team can't get it going, I think it's over. I think it's over for him. So we're finally at the end of the road with him. He's either
Philly, would you have fired him in the bye?
No, I'd have fired him at last of all season, like I said. But here's my issue. Before you even fire him, and you want to talk about Jalen Hurts and all his problems, before we can sit there and say, okay, well, Jalen Hurts isn't the quarterback, and we're going to have to move on from him. Let's get Nick Sirianni out of the way of the offense so that we can figure out what we have. We can't figure out what we have when we have a quarterback who probably doesn't like the coach, doesn't trust what he does, goes out on the field, and then tries to play hero ball because he feels like he has to make up for the deficiency of his head coach. So until we figure that out, how are we supposed to know what Jalen Hurts can become and he can't? Because the truth of the matter is, this coach is calling the plays still. This is his offense. He's still running the show. And it's a big problem. It's a big problem.
You think Jalen Hurts is being held back by Sirianni more than anything else, and that this thing here, and you've got it. They did him a giant disservice by bringing Nick back.
Yeah, I do. I honestly feel like that. Now, listen, it may turn out that Jalen Hurts isn't the guy. Okay, fine. But I can't make that judgment with this head coach. When he goes from, it's Moore's offense, I only call the plays sometimes. When I feel the need, I am calling the plays. So it's like, what is going on here? Clearly you can see when it's Moore's offense and it's Nick's on the field. And I think that if Jalen Hurts doesn't trust the coach, then he's going to feel like he's got to go out there and he's got to do something about it. So I think we got to figure out if the future is this coach. And I think after the bye week, I think this is it. So I think we're finally at the end. That's the best thing about this bye, because I think that if this guy goes 2-4, 2-5, it's over for him.
You think if he would have lost that New Orleans game and he would have lost that Bucs game, they'd have fired him in the bye?
Yeah,
you had to.
I would have. I think so.
Here's the thing.
Hey, Mark.
Hold on. Let me say something about Kellen Moore. So y'all keep thinking that for whatever reason, everybody always wants to protect Kellen Moore and say it's Nick. No. I'm not. No. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. You're trying to. He's already trying to pass the blame off of Dak on Kellen Moore.
Oh my God. Okay. Here's the problem with you hiring Kellen Moore is you didn't bring Dak Prescott with him. The only time Kellen Moore has looked good as a coach is he had Dak Prescott. And it was because Dak Prescott made up for Kellen Moore's shortcomings. You guys act like, well, why didn't he run Saquon Barkley more than one time after a big run? That's what Kellen Moore does. I tried to tell you, Philly.
He made up for his shortcomings, right?
Oh, my God.
First Green Bay in the playoffs.
Okay.
That was
right. So what you guys did was you went to the team that you literally said stinks in the playoffs, and you get the guy who's been calling the plays for them in the playoffs and figure, he's going to do great here in Philadelphia. That's insanity, bro.
No, because when you took Kellen Moore out of the Cowboys, they still stunk in the playoffs.
My guy, well, I tell you what. My guy was runner-up MVP. How did your guy do last year? How did he do?
Number 2 seed to ever lose to a number 7 seed.
And again,
your quarterback's biggest accomplishment in the playoffs is he's lost as a number 1 seed and he's lost as a number 2 seed. So how are you going to?
And guess what? And guess what? Nobody expects my team to do anything. Yet here we are with the same record after you went out there and got Devin White. Went out there and got yourself, made a trade for Dodson, right? Went out there and got, what's his name, the edge rusher. I can't even remember his name because he does Huff out there. Let's see, who else have you traded for or signed that's been a bum this year?
They signed Gardner Johnson.
Oh, Gardner Johnson, who literally is getting trashed by his own teammates. How's this stuff working out for all these big signings that you guys did?
4 games.
And how's that elite defense that Nick Fangio? But that's the one saving grace. Yeah. That's the only reason why Nick still has a job right now.
Your team care enough about them winning and go out and get Saquon.
But that's what we do, so that's expected. They didn't say the Dallas Cowboys are one of the best teams in the NFC, did they? They didn't say they were going to win the division, did they?
Up your ass and then drove around the corner to his house. That's what you did.
Hey,
I tell you
Mark,
what.
I do have to ask a question here. Dude. Hey, I feel like cowboy guy now. I have no answers here, but I do have a question for you.
I think it's safe. I'm ready.
All right. So you signed Dak to $60 million.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, we all know that. Hold on.
Where are you going with your boy? Where are you going with him?
Hold on. Well, that's the big question. And I'm going to tell you why the Joneses signed Dak Prescott. And I have to, and maybe you can ask Stephen Jones, because I don't think it's about winning. It's not. It's about getting paid. Because here's what I said, and I said to myself, Dak, why would you sign back with the Cowboys knowing how the Joneses are?
Mentality.
But see, here's the thing. Here's what's crazy is I'm sitting here last night watching the game, and I see Dak Prescott ad for Marvel's what the crazy creature and stuff. Dak Prescott on a Marvel ad on TV.
Great.
Okay. No. Listen to me. What I'm saying is, I don't see that. That's what it's all about in Cowboy Land. That's why Micah Parsons does his podcast. It's not, and I'm not happy about this, but this is what it is with the Cowboys.
You're trying to downplay your bullshit and your incompetence at who you are as a Cowboy right now. Because get this, look at Philly. Look at it, hey folks. Look at the difference between Mark today and Philly. Philly's pissed off. You know what this guy is? He's like, I'm happy we're 2-2.
It might be because we at least won last week.
Oh yeah.
It might be because we got a victory this past week and you lost. You ever think about that? I know it was only the Giants.
2 weeks ago, we both had losses, and you came in happy.
No, I wasn't happy
to.
You did. No, last week I literally did the walk of shame. I was you last week, bro. After we got beat by Baltimore.
When the New Orleans Saints went into Dallas and bent you over and scored 44.
Go back to the tape, Philly. I wasn't happy about it.
And you
wasn't
came in happy because the Eagles
at least, well, you know what? I tell you what. As opposed, they bent us over. There ain't no doubt. But here's the crazy thing about the NFL, though, is the first 2 weeks, New Orleans looked like world beaters, right? Now they look like Derek Carr's a car crash. First 3 weeks, Buffalo looked like they were great. First 2 weeks, Baltimore looked like shit. Now Baltimore looks like, it's a week-to-week league. You don't know what to expect. For all we know, next week, I forgot, you're off, so you won't get a win next week. But when you come back from that, you might all of a sudden get on a roll with all these, cheek teams that you got in front of you.
I bet you Dallas has I bet you the Eagles have a better week than the Cowboys do this coming week.
Well, we are truly beat up. We've got D-Law out, who's going to be gone 4 to 8 weeks.
They're truly beat up, but
we're
not.
Eagles.
Okay.
The Eagles
We've got Micah missing. Parsons is going to be missing probably the next 2 weeks at least. We've got Deron Bland. We don't know he's going to come back. For whatever reason, Dalvin Cook is just still not ready. I don't know what.
Wait. Where's Micah Parsons going? Is he going like to the Oscars? Where's he going?
He's got a hurt ankle. He's got a high ankle sprain.
Film festival or to the Oscars.
Well, I bet he'll show up Monday for his. I'm sure he'll show up Monday for his podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure he will too, man. All right, let me give you this. I'll give you an opportunity at a mulligan here. Give me your record this year.
I'm still going to go by 10-7.
Philly? Oh, fuck, dude. Don't do it like that. I mean, dude, you look like you got agita. You look right now like you need fucking, like, hey, honestly, God, you need Bjorski or something here, man. Because
I'm just so aggravated with
you look
like,
it, man. I mean, you're pissed. Why are you so pissed off?
Because he's an Eagle fan.
Because nothing changed in terms of what you had to do to fix the problems. You just put new coaches in, brought some couple players in, but then you kept doing the same thing. See, to me, the talent isn't the issue of this roster. I think they've got the talent, but you got to use the guys the right way. How do you go out against Tampa Bay and run Saquon Barkley 10 times in that game? Well, you don't have your two best receivers, right? No, it's not Kellen Moore. You keep saying Kellen Moore.
Oh, my God, bro.
It's the head coach, Nick Sirianni.
Bro.
And he's even admitted it, okay? It's the coach. And you have a head coaching problem. And to me, that's what's aggravating because you can see the talent. You can see what they need to do. When they played New Orleans and they were aggressive on defense, Sills, they shut down a team with good talent, okay? So you know that they can do good things out on the field. But, I mean, you just come out and have the same problems year after year. I'm just frustrated with it. I'm at the end. I feel like we're wasting another season with talented players because the coach is screwing everything up. That's how I feel.
How about this? I wrote down 5 guys. I had 11 dudes that I put for a potential replacement for Sirianni. It's time to start talking about this.
Okay.
I got Ben Johnson, Lions OC.
Yes,
Bobby
that's my number
Slowick,
one.
Texans
That's my number 2.
OC.
Those are my top 2.
Brady, Buffalo OC. Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens with Lamar. And my last one's John Gruden.
Well, I mean, I don't want Gruden, and not because I don't think he's a good coach. I just don't believe that coaches that win somewhere else ever win in another place. How many coaches have won 2 Super Bowls?
Well, he's won 2. He's won an AFC championship.
Right. But he's won 1 Super Bowl.
And he's won a Super Bowl and an NFC championship.
And if you look at NFL history, I don't know if maybe one coach out of the whole history of the NFL, I don't even know if it's been that, has won a Super Bowl in 2 different places. So I would prefer.
He didn't
win a Super Bowl.
No, he didn't. He came in second.
No,
Philly.
I don't think anybody has ever done it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So history tells us that don't work out. But the Lions offensive coordinator is very appealing. Him or the Texans would be my choice.
You know why I like Monken, Mark, is because Monken runs the RPO, and it's more to Jalen's skill set of what he did in 22, which made him an MVP, and it's kind of what they do in Baltimore now. The problem with the Eagles, like I told Philly before, they're coaching him horribly, and they're doing the same thing they did to Carson Wentz. They're coaching the greatness out of him. And the thing that made him great was the RPO in 22, not throwing the ball. He wasn't drafted to the Eagles to be a starter. He was drafted to be a backup. But they're trying to turn him into this frontline passer, which he'll never be. Like, get this. People think that the Eagles would have played better if they would have had AJ and Devontae. Well, fuck, they had them last year in Lane and the back end of that schedule, and they went 1-7 with them. To Philly's point, nothing's gotten better. Philly, they would have been a tad bit more competitive against the Bucks, but they had those same guys last year when they went through that nuclear meltdown. This is not just three guys missing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You went into this Buccaneers. The Buccaneers beat you in the playoffs, and you come out. You don't have your two. They crushed you, and you come out and you do the same thing that you did the year before. Okay, and Kellen Moore wasn't there the year before, but Nick Sirianni was. And when it looks similar to the same plays you ran last year, you know who it is. Okay, nobody's going to convince me that this is Kellen Moore. There's no way in hell. This is Nick Sirianni, and I think that I don't get it. And then the whole defensive scheme. Listen, we've been running Vic Fangio's scheme for 3 years. And under his scheme is the only time I've seen quarterbacks have a half where they go 14 of 15, 38 of 39. Like, I'm so tired of it, Phils. That's not even the Eagles' identity. The Eagles' identity was an aggressive 4-3 defense that used to blitz the hell out of you. Buddy Ryan, Bud Carson, you had Tim Johnson. Let's get back to our DNA. Let's get back to what we do. That's how I feel.
See, look at this, and then you look at Mark, and he's like,
meandering I feel like Philly.500 has given up. Have you given up, Philly?
No, I'm not giving up. I'm on a bye week.
No, that's you.
I'm getting it all out. By next
hey, Philly.
Next Sunday,
hey, Philly.
When we
what day is
field,
it?
I'll be like, all right, we're ready to go.
Hey, Philly, do you know what day it is?
It's bye week. It's Thursday. I mean, Wednesday.
You are
So I woke up. I went to work at 5 a.m. on Tuesday. I'm like, man, I haven't heard from Phil's. So I'm like, Mark, I thought it was Wednesday all day.
Wow. So wait, the Eagles, the Sunday ass beating by the Bucks knocked you off kilt that much.
It literally knocked him back in time.
When it wasn't even.
You're used to losing, so I understand why.
We didn't lose, bro. You keep missing the point. We at least got a victory in the division. We at least say, hey, Barack Obama was president the last time the Giants beat Dak Prescott. We got at least a good feeling moment. This was you last week beating New Orleans, even though you guys had been ass going into that game.
You mean New Orleans that put up 44 on you?
Well, again, but we're the Cowboys. We don't sign any free agents, okay? We got a bad quarterback. We got, father time at running back, Zeke Elliott, that we can't put on the field. We don't have the best running back in football like you do with Saquon. We don't have Howie Vision, the best GM in the world. We don't have the boy genius in Kellen Moore. We don't have Dracula. You guys got, an all-world defensive front. We didn't have all those things.
Philly, what's your problem with Howie?
Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is you have Jordan Davis first-round pick, Jalen Carter first-round pick, Nolan Smith first-round pick. You have all these picks that are first-round, second-round picks, and they're not producing.
So at what point?
So what point do you say to Howie, you can't be the talent evaluator anymore? Bryce Huff can't be your big free agent signing to come in and not produce. So to me, I think Howie's great with contracts, with trades. I would not get rid of him, but I think it's time to put somebody who's a talent evaluator in that place. It's just unless these guys turn around the season, it's only week 4. But if Nolan Smith goes the whole year with a half a sack or 2 sacks,
listen to you. You're saying it's only week 4, but listen to how you're talking.
He's talking like it's over.
Like it's been a year and a half of this, and you know it.
I know it.
That's why it's aggravating to you because, hey, you could say this. Hey, look, man, like when you were 10-1 a year ago, and you saw a couple bad games, you were probably like this a year ago. it's going to turn around, man. I mean,
Right.
14-3 the year before, you're 10-1. Yet one time you were 24-4 at one time last year.
3 and
Then the
8.
thing blew up. And then that's
3 and
kind
8.
of the frustrating part of this. Yeah, Mark, you would never know what 24-4 in an NFC title is. I mean, the last time
And
saw
you guys would never know
honest to God,
what's
you
like
were
winning
4.
Super Bowls back to back.
Oh God! When
But
was
hold
that?
it. But wait a minute.
MySpace was popular.
Hey, that's all
You
right.
have to get your VH. Don't put Mark still. I guess his VHS still works. My
It does.
I got
Actually,
rid of a long
it works
time.
really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
But
push
but
button.
hold it.
Yeah.
There's a misnomer out here.
Calls you.
Hold
Does he call
up.
you on one of these?
He does.
No, this
Yeah,
this
he's
is
got- no, he's
this
got
is
the-
this is
the
real
other
talk
one, the
here.
old one.
Hold it, real talk. You act like you're surprised about the first round picks that you guys have. You haven't had a great first round pick since Lane Johnson in 2013.
Bullshit.
Oh no, let's go through them. Marcus Smith. Okay, hold on. Marcus Smith in 2014. Aguilar, 2015. Carson Wentz. Derek Barnett. David. Okay, you know how much you hate Derek Barnett. Andre Dillard. Jalen Rager. Now, Devontae Smith, that's a good one. Jordan Davis. Are you really saying Jordan Davis is still a good first-round pick?
I don't know.
Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith? Journey's out on that. And Quentin Mitchell.
Carter, I'm not giving up on. I'm not giving up on
Jalen Carter's a stud. And listen, me personally, I wanted Jordan Davis. I wanted him.
I did too. I did too. I looked at the body of work and everything else.
I wanted Davis. I wanted Carter. Nolan Smith, I was like, all right, whatever. We're taking him that position, fine. But I wanted those guys. But at the end of the day, I'm not the GM, so I don't have to be held responsible. The GM does. And if these guys, I'm not saying, look, it's early. Maybe it'll pan out. Maybe a different scheme would help out. But right now, we need to get production from our picks. So Howie's got to be, he's got to be held accountable too to some of these moves. To me, the Bryce Huff signing is the one that's unforgivable.
It's a disaster.
Ooh.
That's the unforgivable
How about
one.
the Hassan Reddick trade?
Reddick. What's that?
How about getting rid of Reddick?
Yeah, I mean, the Reddick thing is a disaster. I never liked that trade from the beginning.
Hey, Philly, when did he take over for Chip back again as GM? Do you remember what year that was?
I want to say 2000. I think 2014.
Yeah, 14 or 15, I think it was.
14 or 15. Let's do what Mark just did. Let's do what
I can tell you which picks were his and which were Chip's.
Marcus Smith. Howie.
That's the Howie.
Nelson Aguilar.
Chip.
2016 Carson Wentz.
That's a Howie. That was Howie. And listen, I'm sorry, but I know he's not on our team anymore. But we don't win a Super Bowl without him. We have 0 Super Bowls.
I agree with you. You don't win home field. You don't win home field advantage without Carson.
So I can't say that's a bad pick.
No.
And if you look at what Howie did to get that pick, was absolutely amazing. And that's where he's strong at, making trades and deals.
Well, let me
I'll give you that.
2017, Derek Barnett.
That would be Howie.
2019, Andre Dillard.
Howie.
2020, Jalen Rager.
Howie.
2021, Devontae Smith.
Howie.
2022, Jordan Davis.
Howie.
And Jalen Carter in 23 and Quinyon Mitchell in 24. Okay.
All Howie. Howie's had
so since 2014, not counting Carter and Mitchell, you would have to say, and I'm talking only first round because Jalen was in the second. There's been some other guys here.
Don't forget Devontae Smith too.
Mm-hmm.
And Devontae Smith. So really, the only guy that's been successful since he's taken over has been Devontae Smith since 2014. Is that fair?
Yeah, I guess it's fair.
Nolan Smith too. Nolan Smith too.
But I would say that I still think that you got to let Jordan Davis play out this year, and I still think Quinyon Mitchell is out there playing. He looks good right now.
He does.
And Jalen Carter, we know what kind of talent he has. So they're not all complete misses, but I think there has to be a conversation about getting somebody to help with the talent evaluation, one way
Well,
or the
here's
other.
what I would say to Mark now. I mean, on the other side of that, I mean, Mark, as sometimes you guys are saying what kind of great players you have, at the end of the day, I think you overvalue your players.
Well,
Some of them are good, but they're not. I mean, look at CD Lamb. CD Lamb, $36 million. I'm
here's
not
the
paying him.
you
I'm
want to know
trading him.
here's the thing. If the Cowboys front office and the Eagles front office were to merge, if we were able to get Howie's moves that he makes with the Cowboys drafting,
And
we
the way he handles the cap.
yeah, nobody would ever be able to compete with us. Because the thing you have to look at with the Cowboys is they do find players, okay? When you start thinking about all the players that we have to end up paying is because they're guys we've drafted. Nobody hits on first rounds better than the Cowboys. Second round, well, not so much. But that's our problem is they believe so much in their drafting that they don't go out and get anybody else. It's malpractice not to have gone out and at least talked to Derrick Henry. They wouldn't even pick up the phone.
It is. Listen, guys, I got to wrap this thing up here, but I want to get your final takes here now, and I'm going to start with you, Mark. Moving forward, you still see a winning season. You see 10-7. You see them competing because here's where I'll say this about the NFC. I don't really see a world beater in the
Nope.
NFC this year, so I think that favors a lot of teams right now. That like you said, there's a ton of teams that are going 2-2. Shit, I think certain teams that are 1-3 will still have an opportunity to get into the postseason, especially on the NFC side. So you still think your team is a playoff team, and these next couple of weeks you're going to be without Lawrence and you're going to be without Parsons. Do they have to survive this without those two if they're going to be a contender?
Yeah.
And also this, do you think that expedites potentially Devontae Adams now that you have to get?
If I were the GM, I would think that it would, but we're talking about Jerry Jones, who says we're all in, and then tells you we can't afford Derrick Henry. I think that they can't afford not to make a move, either with him or Amari Cooper. They're going to need to get some extra help in there. We're going to literally need to outscore everybody because we are beat up really bad on the defense. I still look at it and say we've got a tough road to hoe the next 4 weeks or so. If we can find a way to go 500 during that period, it gets easier going down the stretch. Now, for the Eagles, you actually have a cake schedule the next month when you come back from there. That's where you guys could actually get healthy. I'm not looking for it. I'm hoping that you continue to implode. But I could see you guys easily being 6-2 at the midway part. And I could literally see us being 3-5. And that's the reality of it because we've got a lot of tough games without players.
Philly, do you echo that?
Yeah, I think we could win 11 to 12 games still. I mean, I still think it's possible, but you got to fix some of the things, that have hurt you. This team should be 3-1 right now in the bye week, right? But the coaching has been a problem, I think, in the last two games. So they got to figure some things out and they got to get healthy. But I mean, the next four games are all winnable games. But they just got to get going. I think the number one thing that they could do right now is to give complete control without question to Kellen Moore. Give him complete control. Because
oh my God! Please do.
That's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would do. Oh yeah, like Nick Sirianni's some genius. Let's give him control. I don't think so. Yeah, that's what I would do. And if they could do that, I think they could go on a run. Obviously,
Philly's pissed off. Philly's pissed off. You're just I don't know where you are right now,
bro.
It's loser mentality. He's used to losing. That's it. That's
bro,
what happens.
You guys have literally taken me to a Diddy party without the baby oil. Okay. No, you guys have all off season. All off season, man. You've been bending me over and giving me shit. Just let me enjoy just a scintilla of enjoyment of seeing you guys suffer.
Yeah, a Diddy reference from Mark Holmes. Who would have thought that?
Whew.
I can promise you, honey, the only person that's had baby oil rubbed on her back is a Cowboy fan.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
you
Pause.
give it 1 week. Mark's gonna call. I don't know if I should be wearing a bag over my head. Give it 1 week.
I'm seriously.
1 week.
I was ready to wear a bag last week,
Yeah.
and all
then they
things
beat the
turned
Giants.
around.
I mean, they look so bad against the Giants. It's not even funny.
They did.
If the
On a short
Giants
week,
had
bro. It was a short week.
Giants had any semblance of a run game, they would have won.
Yeah, if they
But yet we're praising Washington, who barely escaped beating them, though, right?
Washington's getting better though.
But wait a minute. But Washington the week before barely beat them.
That kid, yeah, but they're getting better every week.
Yeah, but they're getting better with a rookie quarterback.
That kid is good. I'm sorry. I think
he's the best quarterback right now in the division.
They're the toughest opponents for the Eagles right now. It's not Dallas. It's Washington.
Oh, we own that Philly ass.
No, you don't. You have nothing. This guy really is nuts. Phil, you gotta be nuts.
People, hit the like button and don't forget about Bet US.
First round of the playoffs, and this guy don't care. It just keeps doing the same stupid thing. It's like Groundhog Day with Mark. I just can't believe it. You've had the same quarterback for 9 years, and he can't get out of the first round of the playoffs, and you're happy about it. Like, how can you be happy about that? That would drive. I lose 1 week, I lose my mind. He loses every year in the playoffs. He was looking for Super Bowl tickets before that game versus Green Bay.
Hey, Philly, what day is it?
It's October 2nd, Wednesday. Just to keep you on the
shit. I was supposed to be somewhere an hour ago.
Damn. Hey, Mark, thanks a lot, dude. You took your victory. I mean, any last parting words?
Oh, next week, it's a week-to-week league, so I'll probably be crying next week after we play the Steelers. Okay.
Don't lose. You're not going to want to come on here next week if you
Hey, Philly, any party shots?
Yeah, Dallas still stinks.
And Eagles still swallow.
You would know. You would know.
There we go, man. Hey, guys, thank you so much for spending so much time. You guys were great.
See you guys.
Man.
Bye.
Holy cow.
Oh, boy.
One guy was pissed off. The other guy was relishing in the
that was fun.
Of Philly.500, man. You see Mark is drinking scotch and soda, and he's going, you see that dude, man? Holy shit. We're going to take a timeout. Holy cow. Mark Holmes, you know what he did, too? He texted me this morning. Was just laughing out loud. Like this.
That's true.
He was so... And you know what? For the first time, I felt like Mark Holmes on the show. I had nothing to say. I had nothing to say. Make sure you check his show out with Bet US as well. Philly.500's with Bet US, with us with Bet US. Hit the like button. Xander Krause around the corner.
Yeah.
Keep it here, National Football Show.
If you missed any of today's show on the Jacob Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available.
There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. But all jokes aside, man, Cowboys and Eagles, we're both in bad situations right now. It's great that we got a victory and stuff, but we got a tough road to hoe. Seriously. It's going to be tough right now with Brandon Cooks. I got a little more information on Brandon Cooks and what's happened with that situation is Brandon Cooks apparently had a procedure on his knee. Curtis, I have not checked for tickets yet, but I'm going to be doing that. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I've got to get actually a count because I know Walker Wade, of course, Brian, actually one of my high school schoolmates wants to go as well, myself, as well as Primetime Phil. So I got to get a final count of how many tickets we have to get and start looking for those. But the reality is with Brandon Cooks, he had some kind of procedure done on his knee and has a bit of an infection from the procedure. Probably getting his knee cleaned up, probably was scoped out. And unfortunately, there's some kind of infection that he'll be out this week. Hopefully this is not a major infection or anything like that because you just don't know. And to me, this may be the sense of urgency that maybe puts the Cowboys over the top that says we need to maybe look at bringing in somebody else to try and save this season. KJ Henry's going to help Is he going to help us in all Wilkes County, boy? Here's the best thing that the Cowboys can do to help their defense is make sure that their offense can really score some points. So with that being said, I've got some more work to do. I've got my man Mike down here doing some pointing up on the bricks and things, and I need to go check on him and also go to the store and get something for dinner. But we shall return shortly. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and we will end it with this one.
Grocery store, I used to actually swallow it, pause, but,
Joey's packing and he used to...
I used to pack and swallow. I used to do a lot of stuff.
Dude, that should be your, intro.